But we'll be bringing you more shortly here on News Desk on TED Talk with Kobe Nkrumah. It's Friday.
Yes, it is.
The first story I know is one of importance to you. It has to do with artificial intelligence. And guess what? A robot has written an entire article, and that article was published by The Guardian, and a lot of people commented saying that journalists should be concerned that a robot was writing so well. And I mean, if you were not told, you'll think that it was written by a human.
Exactly.
I'm not excited by this. I like the title. Is asking us if humans should be scared. Should we be scared?
From what I read, we can be scared and not be scared. I'm not scared because this intrigues me. I love it. You know, and the fact that there's one line that I read and I kept trying to understand. The robot said, humans must keep doing what they have been doing, hating and fighting each other. I will sit in the background and let them do their thing. And God knows that humans have enough blood and gore to satisfy my and many more's curiosity. This was a robot.
That is scary. So what?
That is scary.
Tell us what this means. Does it mean that the robot has learned through artificial intelligence that what humans do the most to one another is fight?
It's hate each other. It's just plain. It doesn't even. So we're asking. A lot of people are afraid that artificial intelligence will take over the world and want to wipe humans out and then take over. And so they challenged the AI GPT-3 to write an article to convince us humans why we shouldn't be afraid of it.
You've spoken about a portion in that article that got you thinking. There's one that got me thinking too, and it's where the robot said that we shouldn't worry. It's not meant to harm us, but it will do what its creators want it to do.
Exactly.
That is scary.
Which is what it's saying, that humans keep doing what they've been doing, hating and fighting each other.
So that's to suggest if robots ever take over the world, if robots are ever used for wars, and I know there are talks to have robots engaged in war and all that, then it will mean humans made it. It is our fault, not their fault.
It's never their fault, because this GPT-3 artificial intelligence system learns everything it knows from us. We just fed it information.
But Spiky, I read somewhere that they can generate their own intelligence, and that's why they're called. After a while, they begin to self-generate. So doesn't that go beyond what we've taught them?
That goes beyond, you see. So it's like you give it a foundation, and it's based on this foundation that it begins to learn. So it's like a child learning to walk, and then from that it learns to run. It wouldn't be able to run if it didn't learn to walk. And you taught the child to walk. If you hadn't taught the child to walk, it wouldn't know that it would be possible for it to run. It probably would be going on all fours, thinking that's how it's supposed to move forever. But by teaching it to stand upright and walk, you've given it the first step, which is going to develop into running.
But the desire to walk for a child is very innate. The child wants to walk, and you assist, you support, you urge the child on. I don't think it's the same as the robot, because the robot doesn't have anything. We make it do what it has to do.
We have sort of made it in quote unquote our own image and how it learns.
So we are trying to mimic God, creating robots in our own
that
image.
Can learn from us
I like that.
and then get better.
Interesting.
So are you afraid?
I am concerned. I'm not afraid. I'm concerned. Looking at even the little technology we have, I've told this is like a drop in the ocean in terms of the potential of technology and artificial intelligence. And I'm just looking at what my phone can do for me, and I begin to wonder if what I really want is to see artificial intelligence take over the world. I know we can have this conversation forever, you and I, but let's move on to more tech news. Amazon says it's going to employ or hire some 33,000 people, and it's going to give them compensation. Why do you hire and compensate somebody?
Well, so first off, Amazon is having a good time with the COVID season. People have lost their jobs, so this is sort of its way of giving back. It's making a whole lot of money, and it's going to be needing a lot of hands. We probably noticed a lot of deliveries are going on, a lot of orders, online business is booming because there's not a lot of people going out to stores, so everybody's shopping online. Now, these products have to get somewhere. And as much as Amazon is already experimenting with drone delivering packages and all that, they're now also looking at expanding their workforce, which is something they do normally during the holiday season because then there's a lot of requests and all that. What's interesting is that the number of people that they are hiring, we're talking about 33,000. And that's a lot, and they're paying them an average of about $15 per hour.
$15, that's good money.
That's good money.
But you know, 33,000 is a lot. But considering the last statistic I read about persons in the US who had reported or identified as unemployed due to COVID is in the millions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is a good gesture, but it may not deal with the problem entirely. But let me just find out if Amazon is looking beyond.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing I was concerned about, because I saw that the openings were in tech, and I'm like, oh, wow. But then, yeah, I'm not in America, I'm in Ghana. But this is actually a good, with what you said, this is something that is going to offset the millions. So 33,000, if Amazon does 33,000, UPS is also looking at hiring a lot of people because they want to, they have a lot of requests they also have to honor. So UPS is also requesting for lots of people to hire. Now, if more companies do this, that means that they're going to be reducing the number of unemployed due to COVID. Yeah.
It's interesting, yeah?
No.
Can we talk about the TikTok story? Okay. So yesterday we did something on suicide here because it was Suicide Prevention Day or Suicide Awareness Day, and the statistics were staggering worldwide. But here in Ghana, we're very concerned because according to the Ghana Psychological Association, 2 out of 10 students in high school have attempted suicide in the past 12 months.
Wow.
Yes. But we are picking some information on TikTok. TikTok is battling or trying to remove a video of live streamed suicide.
Yeah. So apparently,
this is terrible.
A young man shot himself and then live streamed it. And the video has been taken down from most platforms, but people are still sharing this on TikTok. Now, there's a big problem because on TikTok, when you log in, unlike other social media platforms where you have to be following someone to see their content, TikTok has what they call the For You page, where they just curate content that they think you would like to see. Now, in this situation, this video, some people are sharing. And it's bad because you have lots of kids and people who are not as, psychologically strong on TikTok who may see this and then be affected by it. And it's not good. So TikTok is really struggling to remove this video from their For You page. And it's bringing the question whether it makes sense to have that For You page where if I'm not following you, I can see content.
And it also beats my mind why someone would want to put a video like this on TikTok, because the last time I checked, TikTok was supposed to be a fun site where people try to imitate and mimic funny videos and impersonate persons. And it appears to be all laughter. But this is too gory. And I hope that TikTok will be able to do this. And also because over the years, there have been many reports of copycat suicide where people just want to do exactly what others have done in killing themselves. And it's rather disturbing that we're learning this a day after the world, put the spotlight on suicide, trying to prevent it and all. But why is it difficult for TikTok to remove it? I'm just wondering.
Well, for you to identify a video as being, say, gory or something that you wouldn't want on your platform, it either has to be reported, as with other platforms they do. So if you see content that is not appropriate, you can report it, or they can use what we call the metadata of that content to notice it. So if someone uploads a video, it is recognized because each file has its own unique identifier. Now, when you see that, you can tell that, oh, this is what it is. But if you slightly modify the file, that unique identifier is modified again. So then it can...
You need to keep chasing the file.
Exactly. And so it's on the people who are creating this content to not share it. You know, it's a moral thing.
Please, if you're a TikTok user watching us and you chance on that video, please report it and don't share it. You never know who you could be arming to take their own life. Like Kobe said, there are a lot of young children on TikTok, and there are also people who may just not be sound enough to deal with such content. So please, if you pick up anything from News Desk today, it should be this, so you can help save a life. But let's briefly talk about this before we move to business. Epic Games, Fortnite. For those of you who do a lot of video gaming, you know what this is. I've tried to video game to release stress, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. Well, they are renewing their legal request to bring their game back to the Apple Store. If you remember, 3 weeks ago, Kobe and I spoke about a video Fortnite made to sort of tease or poke fun at Apple. But this time, they mean business. They want to be back on the App Store. I'm sure they're losing a lot.
I mean, you would be losing a lot because you've got a whole lot of players. Over 116 million gamers play Fortnite on iOS. And taking the app off the store means that these people are not going to be able to play the game. And that's indeed money loss, revenue loss for them. And Apple is being very adamant, all because Apple says, hey, our tax, you have to pay the Apple tax. And Epic Games doesn't understand why it needs to pay the Apple tax, and that's why they were removed.
And on top of that, you tease them as well.
Yeah.
Let's see what Apple will decide to do. But thank you so much, Kobe Nkrumah, with what's happening in the world of technology. But coming up shortly in business, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana welcomes new law to regulate the profession. Details in a moment.